Greetings, duelists, and welcome back to the Underground. I think this is episode 18, if I'm not mistaken. It has been a while. The last time we did an Underground episode was when the September 15th TCG Forbidden Limited list took into effect, and it actually hurt Malice a very significant amount. Now, the OCG also had their Forbidden Limited list very recently, and the OCG's format is a little bit more tame than ours because the Justice Hunter archetypes did get a slight hit, while Mitsurugi literally arrived very soon after. Now, the popularity of Mitsurugi actually catapulted the meta decks in the OCG, and one particular outlier was Maliss. Maliss has shown tremendous results in the OCG in the past couple of weeks. And in the TCG, Maliss has also been doing very well. Like, if we look here, this is all from the past week. And this is not even talking about YCS Brazil when it had 4 decks in top 16. One of them being by Rico Carlos. So let's talk about the OCG first and cover what has been going on their format. So the reason behind Maliss's popularity is how strong the matchup is against Mitsurugi. Maliss being able to play a lot of anti-Mitsurugi cards. We're talking about Bestials, Draw, Deck Lockdown, Mistaken Arrest. Like, all those cards really hurt the Mitsurugi deck. And all those common counters to Mitsurugi that are even played on people's main decks are not that strong against Maliss. So almost always Maliss has a very secure game 1, even if it's against or not against a Mitsurugi opponent. This deck in the OCG is doing a lot well because they are pretty much at way better power than we are. They still have Splash Mage, they still have Link Decoder, they still have 3 Underground and 3 Rabbits. Like, 2 Called by the Grave is also beneficial for them. This deck is not looking bad at all in the OCG. Now, as you can see, Maliss just keeps adapting every single week. They are now playing Bestials in their main deck, which is another Mitsurugi counter. Now, what's going on in the TCG? So, since Splash Mage is now gone, Super Polymerization is being seen in the main deck, which is another Mitsurugi counter. Not only is this card really strong against Mitsurugi, it's also really strong against the other meta contenders that we have currently in the TCG as well. Mitsurugi, Draco Tail, and Yummy, and variations of them are all really popular right now. And Super Polymerization is really strong against all of them. Super Polymerization is also notably strong against the K9 engine, specifically Izuna and Lupus. If your opponent tries to jump scare you out of your turn with K9 effects, you can just blanket out 2 of their K9s to make Mud Dragon. And that is really strong because it essentially means that you have like another card that is just counters the K9's strategy as a whole in your main deck. Droll and Lockbird is seen everywhere. And as I stated earlier, Malice is just a deck that is naturally immune to Droll and Lockbird. It does hurt the Addict engine. If you're playing my build of the deck, which is kind of obscured, I am playing another engine that's not super, which is not the Addict Nesters. That engine also isn't weak to Droll at all. Since we have less copies of Malice names than the OCG, we have to compensate by playing other consistency cards like Allure of Darkness. Dimension Shifter is just really strong as well. The fact that this deck can also play it is just another thing into our favor. And as opposed to the OCG, Malice is not as popular as it is on the OCG, which means people are not side decking Artifact Lancia. Artifact Lancia is just a very obscure card to be played in the TCG because there's so many other decks that are just as strong as Malice, and they are immune to Lancia, and you kind of want to prioritize those other decks. But yeah. So I want to give a really big disclaimer. If you are going to pilot Malice for this format, we did get a Forbidden Limited list just the other day. And let's talk about the benefits of that list to Malice. Arch Nemesis Protoss is now gone in the TCG, which was another really big thorn in our side when we were playing the Malice strategy. Malice is naturally not good going second, but with cards like Dark Ruler and Super Polymerization, you can make up for breaking boards with cards that you can naturally fit in as non-engine. However, Arch Nemesis Protoss was just one of those monsters that you really couldn't do anything about. Now that Protoss is gone, all these breakers that you can play in the Malice deck are just significantly more powerful, and Malice now has a better going second way post side than it was before this Banlist. Now, I did make a video yesterday talking about specific tools that people might be using to adapt to this current format, since Dimensional Barrier is now gone. One I did not talk about, and this one actually does hurt Malice, is Simul Archfiends. So this card is not as strong as Dimensional Barrier. For those who are unaware what this card does, during the turn it is flipped, neither player can special summon monsters with the same card type as they control, and those types being Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, XYZ, or Link monsters. This is weaker than Dimensional Barrier because it only affects after the types are already on the board. However, this also does affect Link monsters, and Malice already is known for link locking you with your own monsters. So it's incredibly hard to play around this card if you are playing the Malice strategy. So that's something to keep in mind when you're proceeding into this format. Besides this card, there are not many other cards that will floodgate you out of the game. In fact, Malice is in a very favorable spot because it can play all these floodgate type cards. Like, Retaliating Sea doesn't do anything to us. This card might as well be a side deck staple at 3, since Draco Tail will probably be more popular. Dimensional Fissure really hurts the Draco Tail deck as well. It also really hurts the Gummy. So another consideration that to be played into our decks. Dimensional Barrier is now gone. This can be easily replaced by Simul Archfiends. Another card that you can play for this is Mistaken Arrest. And you can do the same thing as the OCG and citing in like deck lockdown. So yeah, that's it when it comes to Malice. Like, not much to cover besides all of this. Is Malice favored for the new format post the Forbidden Limited list of October 27th? The answer is yes. I think as long as Mitsurugi is a very popular deck, that common counters for Mitsurugi will also be popular, and those counters don't do a lot to Malice. The Draco Tail matchup is not favorable for us, but we do have tools that just do well against that matchup if we actually draw into them. I guess one last mention I'm gonna do. So I will post it in the description. If you are interested in Malice and you want to like play the deck, Rico, who actually topped in Brazil, has a combo tutorial for the deck. I'm also gonna shout out Team Top Cut, specifically Brian Dong. He has been on the Malice train as of late, and he also has a few combos you can see like on his channel if you are interested in playing Malice. They are very straightforward. The one last shout out I'm gonna give, even though they don't have Malice very commonly on their channel, is JJPM. My deck that I played in the past Puerto Rico Regional will be on his channel very soon. So if you are interested in that, stay tuned for his channel. I already have the profile on my list, but on his video, you will see the engine that I'm playing to replace the added nesters and the more explanation in depth on why I'm playing it. But yeah, that is it. I hope you found this to your liking and understanding. I really like this deck. I really am glad to see that it is still doing very well. And I think now it's in a way better position now more than ever, because the common counters to it are just not popular at the moment. But who's to say? Will we finally win a YCS with this strategy? Because to this day, Malice has still not won a YCS. It's funny how even Draco Tail has more wins than us. But yeah, until then, keep practicing and keep dueling.